Today on the podcast, we're talking about Aurora, recently announced by X. It's their new image generator powered by AI, and it's pretty interesting. We're going to check it out and talk about it today. But before we get into that, Jaden, why don't you tell them about our school community?
If you've ever wanted to start any sort of AI powered side hustle or grow and scale your current business with AI tools, we would love to have you as a member on the AI Hustle School community. It is currently $100 a month. In the future, we might raise the price, but if you lock in this $100 a month, the price will never be raised on you. What you get when you join this, every single week, Jamie and I, we release and we create essentially exclusive deep dive pieces of content. So we'll go into different side hustles we're doing, different marketing tactics, different tools we're using to grow and scale our business, the AI that we're using, the workflows, exact numbers of exactly how much money something creates, all this stuff we can't share publicly. We put it into this school community with currently over 250 members. So if this is something that you're interested in, making money with AI tools for either your business or something new, we would love to have you as a member of the AI Hustle School community. This is probably one of the greatest ways to level up your AI skills and learn exactly how you actually can make money. So we'd love to have you as part of it. We cover a lot of different side hustles, things that we're actively doing to make money, how to become an AI consultant, and ways to grow your business. So it's amazing. It's got a great community where everyone shares insights, things that they're working on, things that they're doing, how they're making money, and you get a lot of great insights on it. So, and Jamie and I, of course, are in there sharing everything we're doing. So we'd love to have you as a member, and you can get it at the link in the description. All right, let's get on to what's happening with XAI. So something that's really interesting is I saw this post, essentially this new Aurora AI model, which is really, really cool. A brand new image model out of X. And I tested it over the weekend. I believe they put it out on Saturday or Sunday. Like it just popped up for a little while, and I tested it, used it. Now I went over both on my phone and also on X.com. And on both of these, if you are over on X.com and you click on like their models, all you get is access to Grok 2. They removed the Aurora thing. They had Grok plus Aurora for a little while. And the thing that's a bummer is I tried to go back to my history to see the image that I generated, and it disappeared. So it's no longer there, which is annoying because it was actually pretty impressive. I asked it to generate me an image of a man with a backpack in front of a lake in front of a mountain. And it was really realistic, very, very impressive image. It's all
Nice.
disappeared and vanished without a trace. I think that's because it's just how they rolled it out. They rolled it out to a few people. Apparently, it's going to launch for everybody within a week. And so I think they were just kind of like dropping it to a few people here and there. And now I guess making it disappear. So I don't really know how the rollout's working. But I was pretty pumped. I did actually get to test this thing out. And I can confidently say it was impressive. It was a lot like Flex, to be honest. But apparently this is a new model, not Flex, which is an open source model. But apparently this is their own actual model, which is really impressive if they're
Nice.
actually trying to compete with companies like Midjourney. And based off of what I saw from just my 2 pictures that I generated, it was quite comparable to Midjourney or Flex or any of these other kind of top tier image generators, and definitely better than Dolly. So very, very
Yeah.
excited to see where that kind of goes.
Yeah, I did. I actually came across a couple images. I can share my screen if you want to stop sharing yours.
Yep.
One thing I think is really cool about this is that the a couple of the images, or the one image I found, you can actually say the names of actors or people, and it will generate images with them. So this person said Ray Romano and Adam Sandler on a sitcom set, and it generated actually their faces, and it looks like the two actors. It wasn't like a
Oh man, totally.
so I mean that's super impressive. Depending on how old Adam Sandler is and Ray Romano in each picture, but the one thing, if you do notice, is they're embracing kind of on the left image, and something's weird with, like, Adam Sandler's arm turns into Ray Romano's arm as it's going around him. It's kind of a little wonky. That one is a little, but the other one looks pretty realistic. Both of them really are. I think does a great job, and I love that you can use actual people's names. So
Yeah, that's one thing that like all these AI models try to steer away from you using like a famous person's name or copyrighted stuff, and Grok seems to be going into that a little bit more, I don't know. They don't seem to be worried about that. Okay, I think I may have just solved the issue of why like I got access to it and then it disappeared momentarily. I'll
okay,
share my screen, but
okay, this is
essentially,
one. Oh yeah, go ahead. I'll stop sharing.
oh
That
no, you
was
go
one
for it.
other
This is
one I found.
hilarious.
is Sam Altman riding a giraffe in space. Looks pretty cool. The proportions are Sam's legs disappeared somehow, but still pretty cool. All right, go ahead and share
That's
yours.
hilarious. Okay, the thing I wanted to mention was the fact that I was like, yeah, what happened? It was the model was there, now it's gone. Elon Musk just tweeted 8 hours ago and said, "Note: we are deleting the name of the internal XAI image generation system, Aurora. Just think of Grok as doing anything." So this is interesting because with a lot of these things, it's like, oh, I'm using like ChatGPT and Dolly, or like these different things, and now it seems that it's just all kind of being combined. So I actually went to Grok and asked it to generate an image. And if you have access to Grok Premium or whatever, it will just generate the image. So I said, create a photo of a hiker in front of a mountain and a lake with water. And the images I got back from it were, yeah, they're pretty realistic, pretty good. One thing I'll say is it kind of looks like this guy's arm turns into his leg, or his hand is in his sleeve. I don't really know. But it generated 4 images, and of the 4, they're pretty realistic, pretty good. I don't know what do you think of these, Jamie?
Can you share your tab? I don't know if it's shared. It still
Oh,
is on.
sorry. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh nice. Wow. That's great. I love that.
Yeah, so we have like 4 different images of a hiker in front of a mountain, and you don't actually have to select anything other than just doing the search. I just realized on Grok. So
Cool.
to be
Nice.
fair, I'm like fairly impressed with them. They're not perfect, but they're getting there. And if this isn't Black Forest Labs' Flux model, if this is actually their own model, this is really, really impressive what they've been able to pull off in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, I've always wondered like where AI gets its stylistic choices from. Like what made it choose to be sunset or dusk or silhouette. It's interesting to that all of those are kind of similar in that way.
Yeah, that's super, super interesting. One thing I want to talk about is where they're getting all of their data from. So apparently, everyone's talking about the fact that it appeared and then it disappeared and then it's back, but whatever. Okay, we figured out the the mystery. Um, it was apparently trained on billions of examples from the internet. So I think they just did the same thing everyone else did, which is scrape all the images off of the internet. And it apparently is really good at photorealistic rendering. This is what they're kind of taking as their main objective here. It can take inspiration from or directly edit user provided images. So I think if that is the case, you should be able to directly upload an image here. It also has like little prompts of things that you can add. So like I originally asked it to create me a photo of a hiker in front of a mountain and a lake with water, and then it has these prompts. It's like with mist in a forest. Like it's kind of like the in Google searches how it has like users also search for like recommended searches as well. And I click on those half the time. They kind of do that with images, which is interesting because I haven't seen anyone else do that. And apparently they're able to kind of generate these images of people that are now in a forest, but it's kind of your original prompt and they just added to it.
Added some
And
trees. Yeah.
I'm impressed. I'm honestly pretty impressed with these images. They look pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, I would definitely agree with that. Yeah, it's looking good for sure.
So one thing that I will say is allegedly they said in their blog post it can render precise visual details of real world entities, text, logos, and it can create realistic portraits of humans. All of these are really interesting. Text and logos famously have been very, very hard for these AI image models to generate. So the fact that they're taking it on again also is like kind of tricky. Like logos is like copyrighted stuff. So it seems like they're wading
Yeah.
into some like legal waters that are kind of
But
tricky.
it's still frustrating though. Like if you generate an image and it instead the stop sign instead of saying stop, it says like stat or something. That I always got frustrated with that. So hopefully, if something like a small thing like that, they're able to fix. But
Yeah, I think those are all things that they're working on, but definitely a tricky. I'm trying out as I'm like learning new things that it can do. I'm trying out new prompts. So I recently just asked it to generate me the Starbucks logo on a cup to see how good it would actually
hey,
generate.
it looks
And
like it.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty blown away. It gave me 4 different cups with flawless Starbucks logos.
Yeah,
So
truly.
yeah, it
Nice.
really seems like it can do. It's kind of funny. There's like the registered trademark symbol is like sort of a dot
A
instead of
dot.
an R on one of the
Yeah.
images. Or yeah, like the trademark symbol is like three dots, but like the logo itself is the
Yeah.
actual logo of Starbucks on a cup. So it seems like they're not really concerned about those types of copyrighted things. And like you mentioned, they're doing actual people. You know, the famous one that everyone is like concerned about is if it can do Mickey Mouse or like Disney characters, because Disney's so heavy handed with their copyrights. So I'd be
Oh
curious if
yeah.
it could do that kind of stuff. But yeah, like I guess based off of what we're seeing here, Jamie, how do you think this unlocks new side hustles, being able to do like logos and images and copyrighted stuff and all of like
Yeah.
everything that it's able to do? What do you think are the new unlocks?
Yeah, well, I think a big thing for me is the ability going back to being able to edit images. So, like if you're trying to do like a branded shoot for somebody and you wanted to generate some additional product images, if their logo is on that product, you can't use AI to do that. Or, in the past, so I guess what I'm seeing is like the ability to generate additional images, product images, or marketing images for people, because they can actually keep their logo, their brand, consistent throughout, and where that would be lost before or not really able to. So I think with the realism, a lot of that can, will come into play with, imagery and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh, there's Mickey Mouse. Looks like Mickey Mouse to
Yeah,
me.
okay, so this is really interesting. Well, the first thing that's interesting is I typed into this Grok chat Mickey Mouse at Disneyland, and it just gave me like a whole bunch of information about Mickey Mouse at Disneyland, like what ChatGPT would respond. And I then had to go say generate a photo of Mickey Mouse at Disneyland. So this is interesting because this model essentially it can do everything, but if you want it to do an image, it's not like I'm doing a chat just on Dolly or just on Runway. It's like you have to tell it exactly what you want it to do, which makes sense. I'm just definitely a learning curve. But I asked it for pictures of Disney Mouse or of Mickey Mouse at Disneyland, and yeah, it gave me really, really great, really, really accurate, realistic looking photos. It,
Yeah.
they're right. It really does focus kind of on this like hyper realistic. It looks like it's a photograph pretty much that somebody took in all of these. But again, it's like all of the copyrighted, like we're looking copyrighted characters, copyrighted logos. It seems like they just kind of let it rip. So I think the sky is really the limit on what you can generate with this. And I think, honestly, I think this is going to be a major unlock for people needing to create content. It's not what we're getting out of OpenAI. If you went and asked ChatGPT to generate you a picture of Mickey Mouse at Disneyland, it's like it's not going to have some of the same the same things holding you back pretty much.
No, totally. Yeah. And I go back to like if you were, starting a brand new sandwich shop and you wanted to, let's say you took a picture of your sandwich shop from the outside, but there's no one in it, and you wanted to have a shots of like tons of customers coming into your shop, as like just a branding thing or a social media post, like, you'd be able to do that technically with this, where in the past, I think you would definitely lose some of the realism and definitely the logo. So
Yep. So one thing that's really interesting, I just went to ChatGPT because I just wanted to test it out, and I said generate a photo of Mickey Mouse at Disneyland. It said I cannot generate an image of Mickey Mouse as he is a copyrighted character. However, I can create a scene inspired by Disneyland. Let me know if you want me to do that. And so I said the Starbucks logo on a cup. I can't generate that as it has a copyrighted design. I said Adam Sandler. It said I can't create an exact image of Sandler due to copyright likeness restrictions. So pretty much Grok is breaking all of like ChatGPT's things. I don't know if that's good or bad or the legal repercussions. Surely they know it's able to do this. Um, but they let it out and it's fully capable of doing that. So I mean, as a user, this is way more useful. I don't know what
right.
the legal or anything else about that or any legal repercussions, but this is definitely way more useful as a user trying to generate things. And I'm really happy I'm not being told like it can't do stuff. So to me, kind of cool.
Yeah, so if you haven't hopped on Grok yet and tried out their image generator, definitely do that. It's been fun to check it out here today. So we hope you enjoyed the podcast. Please leave us a review if you got any value out of the episode, or if you enjoyed it at all. That means a lot to us. And then also make sure to check out our school community too, because that is an awesome place to gain knowledge of AI and how to use it to make money. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.